Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Tyler from Nintendo News Network, and today I'm going to be talking about all the unused and unreleased content for the very first Legend of Zelda. Here we go. First and most importantly, back on Christmas Day 2010, a prototype of the original Legend of Zelda on the Famicom disk system was leaked onto the Lost Levels forum. However, it is safe to assume that this prototype is from a late development stage, as a lot of the game is identical to the final product. However, there still is some large differences, including some overworld screens having different hidden rooms leading to different places, such as this screen taking you to the Medicine Lady and not the money-making game. The fireball shooting statue is not seen at all in the prototype. It was not created at this point in development, making all the rooms that had it changed in some way. The magic sword requires 8 hearts, not 12, and the prologue in the beginning of the title screen is completely missing. Various sprite changes are seen throughout the game, including these. And all dungeons use the level 9 dungeon theme, as the normal dungeon theme that we're used to today was not created, and no music was played when entering basement rooms. There is an unused enemy found within the coding of the prototype, called the red and blue bubbles. All the dungeons have at least a few differences, including in Dungeon 1, the number of keys are changed in 2 of the rooms. In Dungeon 2, there are many changes, including less enemies in rooms, the compass replacing a key in a certain room, a large number of door changes in these rooms. Ropes were originally in the room with gorillas, making that room much easier. In Dungeon 3, the central room was changed to having traps and keys to just having dark nuts, and a large number of dark nuts were added within various rooms. In the final version of Dungeon 4, Zols were darkened to blend in with the dark rooms, and in Dungeon 5, 4 of the rooms underwent quite large changes, including entirely new room layouts, different item pickups, and different enemy configurations. Dungeon 6 has different enemy configurations, as does 7, and also in Dungeon 7 is a different design to this room, as well as the room with the Hungry Gorilla being completely gone, as well as the secret Ruby room missing the black floor. There are also changes to the Dodongo room and adjacent rooms to the Dodongo room. In Dungeon 8, since the fireball statue is missing, most rooms are completely changed. Lastly, in the 9th dungeon, most of the bombable walls have been changed, along with the enemy placement in most rooms. This room seen within the prototype was completely removed, and the above room was moved down into a spot. Because of this move downward, this room, originally holding the compass, was removed completely and moved to the room we see today. The secret scene within the dungeons were also moved, changing the locations of all staircases. The second quest scene within the game was also very much early in development at this point. All the second quest dungeons were pretty much not workable. There was a completed map of the location of all the dungeons, but the dungeons themselves were just a mishmash of different rooms that actually could not lead you to anywhere. Also, the famous "It's a secret to everybody" moblin says, "I'll give you this if you leave me alone" in the prototype version of the game. Lastly, the game over tune in the prototype was much simpler and shorter. And finally, in the final version of the game, if you take a look in the instruction manual, there shows a screenshot of an old man giving you your sword. However, in this screenshot, it shows you that you once had a choice between a boomerang or a sword. But anyways, that was all the unused and unreleased content I could find for the original Legend of Zelda. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe, favorite, comment, do all that stuff. It really helps me out. As you know, I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Nintendo News Network. Why don't you go check out my Twitch page? The link is down in the description, where I'm going to be playing through the entirety of the Legend of Zelda prototype very, very shortly. So, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day. Adios.